They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. It's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. They find some open field here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his left. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He finds his man, complete. It's Walton. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Here's Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Garabay's kick is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Right, 97. 10.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Falcons had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And, well, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder, this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 25 on second down, Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
On third down, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
On for the field goal try, Jonathan Garibay. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Garibay's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know,
so from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second and 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught by McMath. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Second down at 5. Up the middle they go. Pryor. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. This from 25 yards out. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Falcons 10. Jonathan Garibay back out there now to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
97. Yellow, line.
On 1st down, Pryor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Forced out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And Looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Now a handoff up the middle. Pryor. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right? They just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. Now Wilson on first down. Out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They go play action with Wilson. On the move to his left. That's caught again by Schultz. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. It's Wilson. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Second time he's picked up a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
22 meters.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Blue check. Hut, hut.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball.
And this is going to be intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Garabay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
10 cycle. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor. 137 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. the middle they go. Pryor, he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Pryor, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Ready.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Watch out now. 50. Red, yellow. Red, cycle. Yellow, blue.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons!
Racey McMath.
From 13 yards out.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Looking deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Texans have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Wilson going to throw for it. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Well, that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the third quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick six.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that read. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person who just ended up in the end zone with the football, he was the one that answered the bell.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, Pryor.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
17.
They go play action here on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Wilson.
Finds his man. It's John Mechie.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down. The slot man in motion right. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Barnes from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before it can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there. Kick it. Put it through the post. Go up 2 scores.
Garabay's kick is good.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, makes the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And the lead now up to 14.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Down inside the 40.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.